Once the person is always speaking, you can do select and indirectly I go still support somebody. I don't know, but I know say my later.
Me, I
When
know
I
they
see
did that.
football on the go, I don't know why my mind they told me until they lose and they always comes to watch.
No, me, I know they do like that
My
for
mind
football.
is gone. That's why I want to do like this. I know they choose any. But still, once I they watch like this, my mind was one day.
Then they come out. No, on. And like this one. Well, good afternoon and welcome to the second match of match day 3 at the BAYELSA Stadium here in Port-HARCOurt, where we have a fixture worthy of the biggest stage in Nigerian women's football. I'm Doki Skirky, and alongside me is Nenge NS Ademola. Delighted to have your company for what promises to be a fascinating Super 6 encounter.
Absolutely, Doc, as we have already experienced match day 1, match day 2, and of course today is match day 3. We experienced the very first entertaining encounter between Edo Queens and Abia Angels, the very highest scoring match that we have ever experienced in this season's Super 6. That game ended 6-2, and we are in for a ride. During the regular season, we will say that, of course, this is the South-South Derby. We have another South-South Derby in the NWFL Super 6 this season, and it is one of the most anticipated fixture of the Super 6.
Well, sometimes football gives you matches. Sometimes football gives you rivalries. Well, this afternoon, it gives us Rivers Angels against the BAYELSA Queens. Two giants of the women's game in this country. Two contenders and rivals who are both desperate for a response today. Well, Rivers Angels are still hotting from that shock defeat to debutante Abia Angels. As for BAYELSA, they obviously arrived as defending champions, but with only 1 point from their opening 2 matches. They know that another setback could leave their title defense hanging by a thread. There is no hiding place today. There is definitely no room for errors. But let's quickly confirm the lineups for the host, Rivers Angels. They are lined up as an unchanged team that executed against the loss against Abia Angels. Shukrat Bakare is in between the sticks for the duel of Rivers. A back 4 of Sandra John, Ifoma Ikanokwalo, Joy Michael, and Ifoma Paulinus, while Odorewu Edward, Patience Otubo, Zainab Oduga are the midfielders. To lead the attack is Abasi Ofionguwa, alongside Ramota Lahi Karim and Grace Saliu. For champions BAYELSA, it's 5 changes for White Ogbondo's team today, with Sylvia Echefu returning from injury to be in between the sticks, and Bless Ogbonnaya, who was a substitute against Nasarawa Amazons, will start today as the left back alongside Glory Edet, Chiamaka Ezekugo, and Oluwabumi Oladeji. Captain Blessing Ilevida makes her return to the midfield after joining the Super Falcons for their double-legged friendly versus Senegal in Ikene to pair with Doshima Tanum and Aminat Folarunshaw. The 3 up front are Kindness Ifeanyi, Olabihi Alaba, and replacing Hamani Chidi is Sofiat Bankole. Before we get on the way, today's referee is Tosin Omotoye, to be assisted by Elizabeth Akinyele and Esther Joseph, while Chinaza Oweregulam serves as the 4th official. Gamut Christiana John is our match commissioner for today. Well, like we said, there is quite a lot at stake today. These two sides know that a win here is important for their title chase.
Absolutely. It's the fact that they have that at the back of their hands. Now you can see that both sides, they came with their supporters, BAYELSA Queens and Rivers Angels, and of course they would walk to go and take their traditional, the ritual, more like a ritual, where they salute their supporters and maybe take their anthem. Same thing for Rivers Angels, but they know what is at stake in this game as they renew their fierce rivalry, because when it comes to BAYELSA Queens and Rivers Angels, there is so much. And I think I'm glad to see that Blessing Ilivieda is back to take on in this game, to partake in this game. Yeah. Like you said, she was with the Super Falcons of Nigeria during the regular season for BAYELSA Queens. She scored 3 goals, and coming in here, this is her first game for the Super 6. Hopefully that she gives a side what will make the difference for them today. And remember that the both teams, they are now, they encountered, very difficult start. BAYELSA Queens, a 1-0 draw against Abia Angels, and they want to have an immediate response after their disappointing match day 2 results.
Well, the players are ready. The crowd is definitely ready for something massive here today, and Port-HARCOUrt is ready. 2 rivals, 1 massive contest for a chance for the coveted crown. And we're about to get on the way with Rivers to kick us off as we wait for our center referee, Tosin Omotoye, to lead the lines. to lead the line, and that they did is Rivers, who would kick us off here. And they're lucky I missed the mark at the home ground where they haven't lost this season until against the Abia Angels. Yes, on match day 2. Bayelsa did struggle earlier in the Super 6 after playing out a 1-0 draw against the Biton's Abia Angels. And a loss to Nansarawa Amazons on match day 2 in a 2-1 loss. Well, here we go now. It is for Oladeji to send the ball out for a throw-in. And the usual suspect in Sandra John takes it to Ramotolahi Karim. Back to Sandra John. Fling into the area, and Elevidia would do the clearance. Bayelsa has it now and was trying to find Olabi. But that would definitely be another throw-in for the Jewel of Rivers. Sandra John going on to take that throw-in. We're talking about our host Rivers. They have only managed 2 wins in each of their Super 6 campaigns since 2022. Here they go, Rivers. Abasi Ofiongowa on the right side of the wings, trying to be dispossessed by Ambles. And of course, Doshima Tanum. That will be a goal kick, or a corner kick, rather, for Rivers, as adjudged by the assistant referee, Elizabeth Akinyele. Rather, it's a free kick. Early free kick, and we do know that they have a specialist in Pauline Sifoma, who is a captain.
Absolutely.
But she hasn't delivered.
Exactly what I was about to say. She hasn't delivered so far for Rivers Angels in the NWFL Super 6. She takes it.
The cross comes in, and it was to be directed towards goal. But Zainab Oduga's hit wasn't perfect at all and wouldn't trouble Sylvia Echefu, who is also a Flamingos goalkeeper. Talking about the national teams, I'll get back to you, Nenge. It's the fact that we have all 3 national team coaches here today to watch this game. We have the Super Falcons coach in Justin Madugu here, as well as Moses Aduku, who is also a coach in the Super 6 with Edo Queens.
Yeah.
He's on the 20s.
On the 20.
And then we have the under 17s, the Flamingos coaches.
Akim.
All here. Akim Busari also here. Just to scout as much as possible.
Oh, well, I think I'd need to gossip a bit in this one because yesterday, that was a rest day. I overheard Moses Aduku and the coach of FC Robo Queens, who is Emmanuel Osanho, trying to have a little conversation about his players in FC Robo Queens. And it looks like Moses Aduku has spotted, good names, good players, despite beating FC Robo sides 4-1 in match day 2. He has spotted good hands in FC Robo Queens, and he might be picking from there. But then again, it's a delight to have the under-20 national coach, which is Moses Aduku, who is also participating in the Super 6, the Super Falcons coach, Justin Madugu, and also for the under-17 Flamingos, Akim Busari. They really do need to be here because there are a lot of talent on display as we speak, Dorcas.
Talents are bound in the Super 6 in Port-HARCOUrt, but here Bayelsa go. Olabi trying to find Ifeanyi Kindness, but will be dispossessed by Joy Michael. Abasi Ofiongowa trying to snatch the ball away. That will be done by Patience Otubo rather. Another throw-in for the Jewel of Rivers, as they are fondly called. Historically in this fixture, Bayelsa Queens holds the upper hand. They've won 8 of the last 16 meetings between these two in this very South-South derby. It's a massive fixture whenever these two sides meet.
Oh yes, I mean, given the quality and experience within both squads, I think this clash will definitely prove pivotal in shaping what we have going on in their Super 6 campaign this season. We've not seen much from Bayelsa Queens, who are the defending champions, but I guess that they will be coming all out in this game, because if you look at the kind of goals that they scored. They had the highest number of goals during the regular season, aside from what FC Robo Queens was also able to do during the regular season. They have the highest goals, fewer goals conceded, also fewer losses during the regular season. But coming in here, it's a different ball game altogether. The likes of Kindness, Ifeanyi would need to step up. Chidi Amoni has already put her name on the scorer sheet in the Super 6 already, but they have quite a lot of work to do in terms of getting the goals in. And it's not going to be easy for them today because they're going against perennial champions, traditional heavyweight Rivers Angels.
Well, both teams have struggled so far in the Super 6. They both have 1 losses to their names. For defending champions BAYELSA, they were leading 1-0 against the Natural Amazons on match day 2. But it was the Solid Miners who turned the game on this head and won that one 2-1. But here goes BAYELSA, but tossing on Motoye will spot an infringement, and it's a free kick for Rivers. Shukurat Bakari stepping up to get the duty done. Ike Nokwale gets the ball. Still Ifoma. Well, the ball is dilly-dallying. Olabi got the ball to Ifeanyi Kindness, dispossessed by Paulinus. That would be a throw-in now for the Prosperity Girls from BAYELSA. They know that a win here will give them a chance here, at least to better their chances of contending for the title.
Exactly, it will do.
And then Glory throws the ball into the box. Rivers now will dispossess through Grace Saliu. Karim, Grace Saliu now. Gloria Edder trying to do all she can to send the ball out. She does that. And it's going to be a throw-in for BAYELSA Queens. Tosan Blankson is agitated on the touchline because he thought that throw-in should be in favor of his girls.
And that's how the drama starts.
He already has a yellow card, remember?
Exactly, he had a yellow card. Still about the fact that he was, complaining about the referee blowing an offside in that particular game. That's when they gave him that yellow card after various cautions.
Well, here is Grace Saliu. Grace Saliu trying to get past Amaka. Grace dispossessed now, but it is going to be a cross into the box. That will not trouble Sylvia Echefu at all, nor the defenders for BAYELSA Queens. But you could say Rivers are trying to do something early.
Yeah, of course. And we could say the same thing for BAYELSA Queens also, because we've seen the level of possession in this game. We've seen that for now, I think they're trying to test each other out and see who gets the first opportunity to make it clinical enough. But Rivers Angels so far has been trying to do the job from both flanks, the likes of Abasia Fonua from the very right. And then you have Grace Saliu also. Do not forget that these are names that have also found the back of the net for Rivers Angels already in the Super 6.
But Grace Saliu has been dispossessed. The defense of BAYELSA are remaining astute. I mean, that's for Larun Shaw. Larun Shaw will send the ball in. Rivers reclaim through Sandra John, but BAYELSA had it briefly. Zainab Oduga finds Grace Saliu on the right, on the left side of their attack. Paulinus Saliu sends the ball deep into the box, trying to find Patience Otubo, who heads the ball and finds Abasio Fionguwa. Silua sends the ball in, but wouldn't find any blue shirts. Headed in. Sylvia is there to collect, and she does that perfectly.
Well, one would look at Blessing Oliviera and want to mistake her for Florence Alexander. I don't know what it is with this red hair in BAYELSA Queens.
Makes them stand out, I guess.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, we haven't seen much in this game just yet.
Just yet. I like that you add just yet because it could get really, you know, intense just now. I mean, one person just needs to score, open the goal scoring, and you'll see that the rhythm of the game will change. Grace Saliu.
Grace Saliu gets the ball. She's in the penalty box to rather Bayelsa Ilei Vida. Clears the ball back to Grace. Saliu dip into the box, but wouldn't find any blue shirts there. Well, if you're just joining us, this is the NWFL Super 6, the 2025-2026 season, where the top 6 teams are contesting for the crown. These two, Bayelsa and Rivers, are 2 of the 6 teams. We've seen a game earlier, a high-scoring game for that matter. A 6-2 victory for Edo Queens over debutants Abia Angels. Right now, it is a team, or the teams that know themselves so well. It's a free kick now for Rivers with Zainab and Paulinus stepping up to take it. Who will take it? This is the strategy we're talking about last time out.
Yeah. We saw a lot of set piece taken by Paulinus, but she would need to improve, and hopefully this game she improves so that they can get chances out of this.
But Paulinus will deliver the crossing, find, of course, Karim, and Basiofong Uwa. I'll make that Patience Otubo. Her shots just went way above the bar, and you could hear the agitation from the fans because they wanted that to be translated into goal.
In recent plays, we've seen Rivers Angels starting like a house on fire in the last 2 games that they have played. And they have likely started that way in this game against Bayelsa Queens also. But they would need to be clinical. I mean, that's one problem with Rivers Angels, aside from the fact that they defeated FC Robo Queens the other day with a 3-goal margin. And we saw that FC Robo Queens almost came back. That's another area. And hopefully they might be clinical enough to get themselves ahead in this game, because that will give them enough motivation to go ahead.
But should we be expecting a high-scoring game? Because we know these 2 teams, they know themselves so well to the point that 1 goal decides this fixture every other time.
Yeah, I mean, you want to take a look at their last 5 league matches. Their recent form offers little to separate the both sides. The both clubs, they recorded 2 wins, 1 draw, and 2 defeats in their last 5 league games. Well, maybe 1 could make the difference, but let's see who gets that one first.
Bayelsa are here now. We're in the half of Rivers. Bayelsa drops the ball in, box finds the header of course Olabi, but will be taken care of by Shukurat Bakari, the goalkeeper for Rivers. The ball is on the air, drops down, finds Ramotalai Karim, who puts the ball through to find Zainab Oduga. Oduga has a Blessing Ile Vida to handle, passes the ball into the box, trying to find Abasi Opiongowa, but she will be properly dealt with by Blessing Bunaya, the left back, who I think have been rock solid for them over the years.
Good pass from the middle of the park down to fighting Patience there. Patience, of course, knows exactly the position of Abasiofon Uwa, who has been a lot near the box, and she tries to get that cross to her, but well, it didn't go as planned.
Well, the first 14 minutes have told us that Rivers have quite a lot of promise. And promise they have as they go again, this time finding Grace Ali with the ball, a strike blocked by Bayelsa's defenders to ensure that the ball doesn't get past them. This is what you mean, well, what we mean by poop bodies on the line.
Exactly. Rivers Angels have been knocking on the door for some minutes now. We've seen their display, we've seen their connecting passes and how they build from the middle of the park down to even the right flank to try and locate Abasiofon Uwa, using also the left flank also, but they would need to dig deeper if they want to be the first to get the goal in this game.
I'm sure White Ogunda, the coach of Bayelsa, will be skeptical with how his team have started because they haven't had plenty of the ball, plenty of touches in the penalty box of Rivers.
Yeah.
And that should be worrisome for him. He also once coached the PORT-HARCOURT side, Rivers. And so he knows exactly what they are capable of.
Rivers Angels will need to avoid running around, but they have to run around and do the work also, because of course that was one thing that we saw when Abia Angels defeated them 1-0. They ran around so much trying to get the opportunities, but have never been able to make use of it. Drama on the touchline with Tosin Blankson there, but of course not about the players.
Well,
Many fans getting agitated at this point.
Well, they would have to manage their emotions now.
Exactly.
Because the game is just starting. But we know what this rivalry brings every time, be it in Yenagoa or Port-HARCOUrt. But here we go by Rivers. It is Patience Otubo. Otubo sends the cross to the right. Headed in. But it is, of course, Zainab Oduga. Still Zainab. Zainab has the ball. She will be dispossessed. This time, Ifeanyi Kindness gets it to start the attack for Bayelsa. Still Bayelsa now.
Bayelsa Queens stuffing up the box, stuffing up their defense to make sure that they create a huge block, a huge wall against Rivers Angels.
Zainab Odugan. Oduga gets the ball to Grace Aliu. Grace still has it. Gets to Ramotolahi Karim. Karim to Patience Otubo. Basi Ofyong would handle the ball back to Ambless Ewonaya, and Bayelsa will attack from here. But Joy Michael has work cut out for her, as she will let the ball go out for a throw-in favor of the Prosperity Girls from Yenagoa. I mean, we need to see a sense of urgency here from especially Bayelsa, because we haven't seen that.
Exactly. I mean, for Bayelsa, the stakes, of course, would appear to be higher in this game, because they are the reigning champions. They are the defending champions. And have managed just 1 point, Dockers, just 1 point from their opening 2 matches. And they cannot afford to have another setback in this game. So they have to fight very hard. And that's why you see them having that high block in terms of defense against Rivers Angels. It's time for another corner kick, but of course, this doesn't go well as planned. And like you would say, Ogbonda White, wearing white up on white, white shirt, white shorts, white socks on the sideline, just keeps looking and saying, what are these girls doing? Well, at some point, he would need to find a solution to that, like we've always said.
Well, here goes Ifeanyi Kindness now. Kindness has Ifeanyi quality to deal with, but she doesn't. Kindness gets it back, but was trying to get past Shukura Bakari. But Shukura says, not on my watch. Comes out with determination, went straight into the legs of Ifeanyi Kindness and got the ball out. Rivers now through Ramotolahi Karim. But it's going to be Gloria Edet, or make that Oladeji.
Kindness Ifeanyi has showed quality so far up front in the attacking front for Rivers Angels, but has not been able to find that clear-cut opportunity for her to prove herself and find her name rather, on the goal scorer sheet. She has been able to do that just like, what's her name now, Chioma Moses would be doing from the right flank for Edo Queens. That is what Kindness Ifeanyi is trying to display in this game, and you could see how she stretched out her hands and saying, you guys were not able to connect with me quickly, and that's why when I recovered the ball, the keeper still got it.
Zainab has 2 defenders to deal with. She gets the ball to Grace Aliu. Grace Aliu would not be let through. And of course, it will be Aminat Folarusha who gets the ball to Ifeanyi Kindness. Ifeanyi Kindness finds her back. Goes straight down the middle to Tanum. Tanum was trying to send a cross into Olabi, but Rivers would deal with that clearly. Joy Michaels shot into the area, gets back to Leivida, the captain of Bayelsa. But the referee has spotted Grace Aliu on the turf, struggling with a niggle. And I've asked for the medical attention to be given to her while we are waiting for the medics to come in. We need more. We need to see more.
Exactly, more for Bayelsa Queens, because it looks like Rivers Angels, they have them at the back of their palm. It's just for the fact that whenever they get to the box, the crosses have not really connected very well, and sometimes they make mistakes with their passes. Grace Aliu, Patience, and of course, what's her name now? I'm trying to get her name. Zainab Oduga would need that very good communication up front so that they can be able to connect very well. Apasia Fanua is trying her best from the very right flank for Rivers Angels also, but they need more communication if they want to find the back of the net early, because so far so good. We've seen them mostly occupy the half of BAYELSA Queens, and of course it just doesn't have to be possession only in that half. You need to get at least a shot on target. You need to be precise.
Well, here goes Edet Glory. That was intended to be a cross, but a little curve on it, and a better hit would have been the best option. Le Vida. It's going to be Ifoma Paulinus who gets the ball back to Shukura Bakari. Just in case you're joining us, Rivers are on the traditional blue shirt and blue socks, while for BAYELSA is yellow shirt, yellow short and yellow socks. Or maybe not yellow shorts now, you can say navy blue with a touch of yellow on it, and their navy socks. Dusan Blankson has been won by the referee now. He has got to be careful or else he gets another yellow. A throw in from Gloria that finds Ifeanyi. Edet. Push the ball too hard for Kindness Ifeanyi to chase. And that will be a goal kick in favor of the Rivers side. Talking about the host Rivers, they have lost 3 out of their last 5 Super 6 meetings against BAYELSA Queens, and that's not a good record, I must tell you. Because last year in the Super 6 in the Kenya, they did lose 1-0 again.
Absolutely. And you know, coming into the Super 6, I mean, a lot of teams are trying to make it back-to-back wins. Edo Queens have successfully made it back-to-back wins in the Super 6. But let's see what BAYELSA Queens will be able to do with this one. I can remember the last Super 6, of course. I think they had a win. The first Rivers, of course, had a win. And that goal was courtesy of Alaba Olabi last Super 6. And they drew again in their second game. The third game, they had a win against Rama Stars. This would be the third game for BAYELSA Queens, the defending champions, the reigning champions, but quite a difficult one because, of course, it's a fierce rivalry. With what we've seen so far, so good. BAYELSA Queens are beginning to make an effort.
Well, efforts will be in futility if it doesn't translate to goal here in Port-HARCOURT. These two sides, like I said, they know themselves so well that it's difficult to get past each other. But a goal could just lock shop for whoever gets it.
I mean, we can't even really say if we'll be expecting more than 2 goals from this game because of how tightly contested it is already. But of course, only time will tell.
The funny thing is, it's always a blockbuster when these two sides meet.
Oh, absolutely.
But then it doesn't translate into goals.
Exactly. Right. So let's keep our fingers crossed and wait for the opener in this game.
White Obunda on his all white, representing his name. Dusan Blankson, he's also on the white, maybe to depict the colors of his team today. Here goes BAYELSA with Aminat Folarunso, dispossessed by Patience Otubo. But BAYELSA will reclaim again. Le Vida sends a deep cross in, trying to find her teammate. Cross into the area. Tanum chested the ball to try to find Olabi, but of course she was spotted offside. And you could feel that if they had gotten that right, it could have just blasted through into the back of the net.
Well, the possession again, yeah.
Fine. Back to Folarunso. Folarunso was trying to get Ifeanyi Kindness to make a diagonal run into the area, but the communication was poor.
And she slipped a bit, talking about Kindness Ifeanyi. Otherwise, maybe she would have made a run to see if she would have been able to get it.
Referee, center referee, Tosin Omotoye.
I have never seen White Ogbonda in this element. I am beginning to see it now. That's what the rivalry between these two sides bring.
And he knows what's at stake here. They don't have a
Oh,
win yet.
absolutely.
They don't have a win yet. So a win here would make a huge statement when it comes to the title race. You never can tell. You don't know what Nasarawa are going to play much later today against Robo.
Against FC Robo Queens.
Yeah. So you have to take your chances when you can, hoping that Robo will do them a favor against Nasarawa today. Well, Bayelsa through Olabiye, but it's going to be Ikenokwalo who will deal with that. Patience Otubo will deliver a long cross in, but Ambless is ready. Ambless Obonaya is, rather, that's not Ambless.
Chiamaka.
Yeah, that's Chiamaka is a Kugo. Always ready. There was a little bit of confusion with the lineup earlier
Yeah.
because Chiamaka Izekugo wasn't on the list.
On the
earlier.
list. Rather, it was Jennifer Oliver who was on the list, but of course that's been corrected.
I think that was the delay.
Yeah, of course.
But here goes Rivers now. It is still Rivers trying to send the ball into the box. Bayelsa will clear. Rivers still in and around, danger not averted. Grace Ali will send the ball to Ifoma Paulinus. Back to you, Grace Salil. Grace has Ifoma to, rather Kindness to contend with. And Kindness will win her team a free kick. Well, Kindness is doing something defensively good today.
Oh, absolutely. Goes to the front, still falls back. And that's why I tell you that, of course, the defensive wall is really high from Bayelsa Queens today, because they know that the threat that Rivers Angels can pose whenever they are on the ball, and they stuff in that defense and they just get a little bit of block there, and Rivers Angels will definitely want to, fall back. But like I said, Rivers Angels needs much more push. Try to make them falls, and I think that those spaces, they would be able to find those spaces to do something.
A little bit more precision in the box.
Yeah.
Might just be what they need. They didn't get that precision in their last game, in the loss against Abia Angels. That was their own doing.
A narrow loss, and they had most of the chances.
A former Paulinus sends the ball to Zainab Oduga. Oduga has Ile Vida to contend with. Grace Ali was trying to get onto the ball, but it will be handled by Edet Glory. Here by us the goals. Trying to break away from their markers. Ifeanyi Kindness. Ifeanyi Ikenokwalo couldn't dispossess her. The ball will fall again. For Doshima. Aminat Folarunshaw, who had the ball earlier. And it's going to be a train. Bayelsa gradually coming back. Gradually.
Fine display from Kindness Ifeanyi right there, right now, trying to connect with Aminat Folarunshaw. That didn't pull through at the end of the day. Let's see what they do with this quick throw in from Glory Edet.
Glory, yeah. She does that, throw the ball to Olabiyi, who is properly marshaled defensively by Patience, who leaves her position to get back to try to help out defensively. Patience Otubo. And she wins, of course, a corner kick for Bayelsa.
A team that is really good with their players falling back and forth is Abia Angels. We've seen them do that. And I think Rivers Angels might want to take a cue from that also in terms of defense. But let's see how it goes with this corner kick in favor of Bayelsa Queens.
Doshima Tanum delivers the ball into the park. But oh my days, that will be the first goal of the game. It is, of course, a beauty from Chiamaka Ezekugo. A lovely header that was. It was a flash as he immediately went into the back of the net. On the 29th minute, Bayelsa will break the deadlock through a beautiful delivered corner from Doshima Tanum. And it will find the head of Chiamaka Ezekugo. And that will be the first goal of the game as Rivers will trail again like they did against the Abia Angels.
Well, beautiful display, beautiful cross into the box from Doshima Tanum that found the head of Chiamaka Ezekugo, her name was previously not on this list.
Yeah.
And somehow she has made the difference in the 29th minutes for BAYELSA Queens. That's making 2 goals for her, for BAYELSA Queens this season, because she scored 1 previously in the regular season, and this is her first for the Super 6. A good way to get ahead rather for BAYELSA Queens, but can they hold down their lines? Can they hold down the fort? Because this is what we saw getting ahead in earlier against Abia Angels, where Abia Angels were able to come back. So I do hope that they're not forced to commit errors and make mistakes where Rivers Angels would likely come back in this game. But when it comes to both sides, we've seen few goals in games like this. So let's just keep our fingers crossed and see if BAYELSA Queens will be able to defend this for a long time, or Rivers Angels. Of course, Rivers Angels is now down with the responsibility of getting a comeback, an equalizer rather, in this game. But surprisingly, Dorcas, today the sun is out and somehow the heat is so much that they would have to take a water break right now.
Well, not just water breaks, but taking instructions from their coaches, especially from the home team, because they know what is at stake here. When this fixture kicks off, like it has here in PORT-HARCOURT at the Super 6, usually the team that scores first tends to win this fixture. It has happened not just in the Super 6, also in the regular season, because BAYELSA over there in the Ozoro, Delta State, when this game was played, the first of it, in the regular season, BAYELSA did score first and won that game by 1-0. The return leg here in PORT-HARCOURT, BAYELSA came here and got a point of Rivers. But a quick change will be made for the Rivers side as Grace Saliu will come off. And the big 17 in Chisom Wachuku comes in to replace Grace. I wonder what Tosan Blankson is trying to get from this change. That change came in the 32nd minute. A quick goal had forced Tosan Blankson to make that change, with Chisom Wachuku coming in to replace Grace Saliu. Rivers has the ball, finding Ramotolahi Karim, who has been dispossessed. BAYELSA now gets the possession back, trying to find Kindness Ifeanyi. Ifeanyi has Paulino Tifoma to contend with, and Kindness have won her team a very good free kick from a juicy position, like we will say. The captain for Rivers saying Ifeoma Paulinus is angry at something because she felt that she got the job done. Why is the referee calling that as a free kick? But that is not the business of the referee.
She has done a job.
She has done the job. She spotted an infringement and has given the free kick to the Prosperity Girls, who now have the likes of Doshima Tanum, as well as Blessing Leivida, the captain of the side, standing just behind the ball. Tosin Omotoye blows the whistle. We're waiting for now who takes it. Leivida or Tanum. Definitely Blessing Leivida hits the wall. Tanum will strike straight into the arms of Shukurat Bakari.
Another thing, of course, in this game is the fans. I mean, look at the vibe in the stadium. Fans from Rivers Angels and that of BAYELSA Queens making the stadium very lit, noisy.
Yeah, BAYELSA goes. But first off, it's offside. But Shukurat Bakari wouldn't mind at all. She came out and handled, ensure that she keeps the ball out. That was actually really good call from the goalkeeper.
I like that players right now in match day 3, they want to get the job done. It doesn't matter if they're caught offside. Let me hear the referee's whistle first, and then I would know that I've been caught offside. But for now, you know, they need to fire all cylinder and get it done. I told you about the fact that whoever opens this game is going to have that motivation to want to go on, and the rhythm is definitely going to change. BAYELSA Queens are now advancing much more forward than we have seen in the last few minutes before they were able to score that goal.
Half an hour and some minutes into the game, that is 35 minutes in. And the home side, Rivers 0, BAYELSA 1. Nengia was saying earlier that usually the team that scores first tends to win this fixture. And BAYELSA have done that. They did so in the regular season in Ozoro when they played the first leg. And here in Rivers, it ended 1-0. Between the two sides, so BAYELSA took 4 points off them. But before that, here is Kindness Ifeanyi making a marauding run into the box. But oh, she will misstep. She will misstep.
And she's really
we lose control of that ball. And that was a really good chance to have increased your tally here. But oh, what a disappointment that would be for Ifeanyi.
Of course, I've talked about Kindness Ifeanyi the other time.
Oh, I mean, the action keeps cutting us short.
Exactly. Now you see what we're trying to say here. BAYELSA Queens have been able to find that motivation, getting an opening goal, because they know that they haven't done so well in this tournament so far. Match day 1, match day 2. And what will you say about the defending champions not doing so well? It happens. But then again, this is a game that, you know, has been quite entertaining from the 29th minutes where they got that goal.
Well, Zainab finds trying to find Chisom Nwachukwu. But BAYELSA would declare, handed the ball back to Rivers. It is, of course, Edward sent the ball through to find Chisom Nwachukwu in the left hand of attack. And that will be a throw-in as it comes up the body of Glory Edet.
I think Kindness Ifeanyi would need to calm down. Maybe definitely she would be able to get in the goal scorer sheet, because, of course, look at her performance here today from the left flank. It has been beautiful so far.
I think beauty is an understatement. This game is always so engaging. And here, Rivers will go up Asia Funguwa or maybe Ramotolahi Karim. But I don't understand why they always want to send those crosses as short as they always do.
Abasia Funguwa from the right has been doing great, no doubt about that.
Yeah.
But of course, most of the shots that has come from her end has been short-lived. And sometimes, you know, the defenders would disturb her to run out, you know, with the ball. But then again, Rivers Angels at this point...
Well, there is an issue right now. The reaction of the medic is pretty slow because the referee is looking at something really, really, really bad.
A stretcher is following up too.
Yes. Well, we are trying to identify who that is, but you could see the players of BAYELSA calling up quickly to react quickly. I think there needs to be an urgency when it comes to medical situations like this. You never can tell. The central referee has been indicating for you to come in, and then you were pretty slow about it. What if it was something really, really, really bad?
I mean, it's not even towards the end of the game where we would say, okay, maybe they might be using this to buy time. I mean, it's early start of the game. We're almost going to the conclusion of the first half. So, like you said, there needs to be a matter of urgency whenever the referee sounds that whistle, even more than once. I mean, but then again, she's been taken care of now, stretched out off the pitch.
Glory Edet has been stretched off. I hope she can return, because earlier, Doshima Tanu was taking instructions from her coach, Ogunda White, earlier on. We did ask for sun, and sun we are getting today. It is sunny here in the garden city of Port-HARCOUrt.
It helps the pitch, you know, be better with these players, because for some time now we've seen a lot of slips on this pitch.
It is Sofiet Bankole who has the ball now, trying to find Doshima Tanum, but Chisom Nwachukwu will collect it. Zainab Bodugan thought she got the ball. But of course, it is Aminat Folarusho who collects the ball back. Rivers reclaim the ball through Edward. Edward now to Ramotolahi Karim. Karim trying to find Patience Otubo. but will be dispossessed by Oladeji. And it's a throwing now for Rivers. A quick change is about to be made as Edet will be replaced. Edet will be replaced by Cassiana Ojuvui. Well, with Bayelsa, there seems to be a little bit of confusion every now and then. It happened the previous match week where we could not identify because the number,
yeah,
is always a problem.
Well, Cassiana, I recall when she was able to get into that game in the very last match for Bayelsa Queens, and she was firing all cylinder. I mean, her shots, you know. So let's expect. I don't know if she would be able to try those big shots for Bayelsa Queens today. Let's see what she can do.
It is already 41 minutes in. It doesn't look like it is already 40 minutes are played so far in this game because it's been so entertaining and engaging.
Oh, it is. Started from the first game, and now we're experiencing another one right here at the Adoki Amiesimaka Stadium with the Bayelsa Queens already scoring the opener in this game.
And that was courtesy of course, Chiamaka Ezukugo. A lovely header that was. Well, here, Rivers are trying something else. Abasio Fenguwa trying to find Chisom Wachiko. But, of course, the ball would not get to her as Bayelsa would clear their lines.
Well, Kindness Ifeanyi switched to the left flank, leaving Bankole Sofiat right here in her previous position to see if the magic can, you know, come from someone else. But we'll wait and see how that would work for both Kindness and Bankole Sofiat.
It's just for the fact that they don't want Rivers to predict their, you know, strategy.
The movement, yeah.
We've seen that with Rivers as well, with Abasio Fongua as well as Karim and Motolahi. Ifoma Paulinus has the ball now, throws it in to find Chisom Wachiko. But yet again, another throw-in. Chisom gets the ball now. Chisom in the area. She crosses the ball to Zainab. Zainab is trying to find Sandra John, but sends the ball wide. Zainab Oduga. The ball will come off the body of a Bayelsa player, and it's another throw-in for Rivers. Tosin Omotoye rushing on to see what the problem is. But the play on the top finds a quick throw-in. Rivers will take that. Now the ball gets to Zainab, or rather Edward. Edward now to Zainab. Back to Edward. Edward to Sandra John, but it will be intercepted by Ifeanyi Kindness now to Olabi. Alaba. But she thought her teammate was there, but then she wasn't. Back to Rivers' feet. And here we go, Abasio Fongua. Oh, the ball will be bodied out again. Rivers will reclaim possession. Cross deep into the box. Bayelsa will clear. Ile Vida now gets the ball. Ile Vida spotting the runs of Sofiat Bankole. But the ball will go straight onto the goalkeeper, Shukrat Bakare. We'll restart things here. Joy Michael. Still Rivers with the ball. Lack of communication.
Exactly.
Lack of communication.
That's what we've seen, most especially in the very last chance where the God, Abasio Fongua, I think she needs to get things right in terms of trying to connect. And then you see the flag is off. Kindness Ifeanyi, who we talked about just now, that has switched, to maintain that unpredictability for Bayelsa Queens, has been caught offside, but she has been able to make some beautiful runs also from the left. And then you talk about Rivers Angels, they need to communicate more.
Ramotolahi Karim gets the ball. She's in the half of Bayelsa. She's not possessed yet. She's not dispossessed yet. She gets the ball, but the flying referee has raised up a flag for offside.
Well, it's not about getting into the box, because we've seen that severally with Rivers Angels. Will they be able to make use of the opportunity, connect one or two passes, and then find the back of the net? But we've not seen that connection yet. We've not seen that agreeable communication yet between these players. Abasiofa Uwa is now down to the left part of the field to see if she can have a breakthrough from this spot.
Well, here we go. It is Abasiofa Uwa. The ball is out for a corner kick now. It is already 45 minutes with 3 minutes of other time. Both teams have a chance here to score. Rivers have a chance to equalize through the corner kick. Bayelsa also have time to increase their tally. But Paulinus Ifoma stands behind the ball to take the corner. Ifoma Paulinus. She crosses the ball into the box. It will be headed and punched out at the same time by Bayelsa, who will clear their lines. Olabi Alaba rushing onto the ball, but it's a throw-in in favor of Rivers. Sandra John throws it in. It's an action-packed day. Zainab Oduga has been brought down, and that will be a free kick. According to our center referee, Tosin Omotoye. Free kick one, and yet again the set pieces aren't exactly working. They're not taking the advantage.
Exactly. Now look at that cross. Now it just went straight to the defensive line of Bayelsa Queens. But Abasiofa has an opportunity here. Well, Abasiofa Uwa, who has so far been the star player for Rivers Angels even during the regular season, and is currently chasing
Ifeanyi Kindness will have to dispossess Joy Michael. Just snatches the ball off the defender. Still has the ball, but it's a wrestling match out there now. You could see the strength of Ifeanyi.
Kindness Ifeanyi. Look, let me tell you something. We have this kind of a player in say that Adebi for, Edo Queens, which we saw perform very well. Very hard for you to dispossess them of the ball because they're so stable on the ground, and we've seen that strength being displayed by Kindness, Ifeanyi in this one. And she's also trying to make runs to get her name on the goal scorer sheet. She has not been able to do that, but maybe soon enough we'll see a goal from Kindness Ifeanyi. I mean, switching position is another thing there.
Well, nothing to trouble Shukurat Bakari from that free kick as she delivers the ball straight to find Ramotolahi Karim, but now Zainab Oduga. It will be cleared out by goal scorer Chiamaka Izekugo. But here Bayelsa come, finds Sophia Bankole, who has been marked offside. She has been spotted offside, but defensively, Rivers have to do better. Rivers have to do better defensively.
Exactly. If not for the flags that has been going up and down, I think 2 times now, Sophia Bankole has been able to make that run forward, gifted by a pass from the middle of the pack.
Well, the referee is looking at her watch now, but we know any moment from now, she will call time. But here we go, Zainab Odugan shots. Goes straight into the arms of Silva HFO. And of course, that will be it. Halftime here at the Nokia Mesa Marker Stadium. And if rivalries are built on passion, intensity, and drama, these two teams have certainly delivered. Rivers Angels know what's at stake, same as Bayelsa Queens. And you can see it in every challenge, every run, and every tackle, and every decision made here. This has not felt like an ordinary Super 6 game. This has felt like 2 title contenders refusing to give an inch. Well, the coaches now have 15 minutes to regroup ahead and just perhaps find that little bit of magic that could decide this contest. As, of course, the players will head back into the tunnel. Rivers 0, Bayelsa 1. out of the tunnel. They are out to execute a very crucial second half here in PORT-HARCOURT at the Dokia Mesa Stadium. As for Rivers Angels, they have their work cut out for them. Because right about now, they know that a loss here will take them out of the title race. For BAYELSA, it gives them a chance, a win here, to contend for the title. Are in now. Both sets of coaches haven't effected any changes yet, apart from the first changes made in the first half. For Rivers, they did take out Grace Aliu in the 32nd minute and brought in Chisom Wachuku. While for BAYELSA, it was Glory Edet who was taken out. And of course, replacing her is Kainde Adebui. Kainde Adebui was substitution made earlier by BAYELSA. And this is what we're talking about, the confusion here and there. Because on our team list, she is not on the list. But then we have our work to do, which is what we are definitely doing now. BAYELSA lead this game into the second 45 minutes, and Rivers know that they have got to do something. They have got to pull off a comeback here. But Nengi, what should we expect, especially from the perspective of Rivers Angels?
Well, of course, Rivers Angels have had moments in the game, most especially in the first half. They've gotten themselves, into promising areas, but the final touch, Dockers, is the problem. It has been the major problem. So they will be needing much more in this second 45 minutes. Yeah. Much more. And when I say much more, it is because of the fact that BAYELSA Queens are the happier side for now.
Absolutely.
And you also said it, in the particular stat you read about the fact that whoever scores first in this kind of encounter is the person who goes ahead to win the game. And BAYELSA Queens is already ahead and they're happy at this point. So Rivers Angels will need to dig deep. Their final touches, they need to, make sure that their attacking line has more communication. I've seen the ideas from Abasiofon Uwa, from the likes of Grace Saliu, but it's not forthcoming yet in terms of goals. So if they really want to make this encounter for themselves, the second 45 minutes, they need to dig deep, they need to communicate, and they need to work on their final touches. I'm sure that is what Tosan would have told them in the dressing room.
Digging deep is exactly what Rivers Angels need now in front of their desperate home fans who need something here. Our center referee in Tosin Omotoye has stepped out and is about to kick things off here in the second half as BAYELSA steps up to do so. While we wait for her to blow her whistle for kickoff. No changes so far from the two coaches. We are pretty much satisfied after what transpired in the first 45.
Same thing.
And Omotoye does exactly what she needed to do, kicking us off with BAYELSA. Iken Okwalo will reclaim the ball and straight on to find Patience Otubo. Otubo has been dispossessed. Ifeanyi Kindness delivers the ball into the area, finding, of course, a teammate. And a shot into the area will be taken care of by Shukrat Bakari. Oh, that was a good strike.
Well, of course, for Rivers Angels, they would, still be left wondering how they failed to find the back of the net so far, despite creating opportunities on their own. So this next 45 minutes, we would be able to tell an advantage to Rivers Angels in this one. After Abasiofon Uwa right there was ruffled down.
Well, Zainab Oduga. Yet again, whatever those crosses are, they aren't connecting at all. Former Paulinus will take the ball back to now Joy Michael. Joy Michael still with the ball, trying to get past Alaba. Now to Ifeoma Paulinus, to Zainab Oduga. Oduga will send the ball to Chisom Nwachukwu. Chisom still with the ball. Still in the area, in the half, delivers the ball in. Ball will be sent out by Bayelsa, but then Zainab Oduga thought that she would win the Rivers a penalty, but referee says no. Sandra John now. Sandra John to patient Otubo. Otubo puts the ball in. Rivers through Zainab Oduga. Oh my days. Ramotolahi Karim. Indecision there.
Dorcas, they need to communicate more. Very indecisive.
They're so confused.
That's a chance right there. I mean, and you know that football can be very unforgiving when you fail to take your chances. They have threatened so far, so good. Look at the beautiful display that we just witnessed. And at the end of the day, Rivers Angels are still down by 1 goal to nothing.
Well,
they will have to take it more serious.
Bayelsa still lead by a goal to nil. Corner kick taken. Delivered into the box, headed in. Oh, she wouldn't connect with that ball. Oh, Ramotolahi Karim just couldn't connect with it. She raised highest on the air, but couldn't connect her head to the ball. But here they go again. Oduga. The ball will be cleared out for a throw-in in favor of Rivers. Paulinus delivers the ball. Chisom Nwachukwu. Striking. Oh, I thought it was being directed towards goal, but that for me wasn't the best. Rivers have started on fire, but then they lack communication, they lack the cohesion, they lack the precision
that is needed in the box, because they've always gotten there. Like I said, they've gotten into promising areas. They've been able to, find themselves, find the spaces in between from Bayelsa Queens. But then again, they get there and it is the same result as we have seen during the first half, following them into this second half. They need to do something that would be much more better. Like you said, they're lacking cohesion. They need to be agreeable in terms of communication in the box and not getting themselves confused, in order to create a scramble in the box. Because Bayelsa Queens are not confused. They go straight. They go rather straight to get it done.
Defensively, Bayelsa have been so rock solid, and Rivers will do all that they can to try to beat them at it. Now ball won by Edward. Edward descend the ball out to Patience Otubo, but the Tubo's connection with the ball was pretty poor. Here we go, Bayelsa through Toshima Tanum. Tanum to Kindness. Kindness back to Tanum. Tanum will send the ball into the box. But Alaba has been adjudged to be in an offside position, and that would be a free kick for Rivers. The game just started and it is already 50 minutes on the clock. A blistering start to the second half, I must confess.
Rivers Angels have been trying to be good when it comes to snatching the ball away from Bayelsa Queens. They've done that in this few minutes. But then again, you can't keep doing that and then falling back to your previous position where you're not able to make use of it to create chances. And they do not have to get any of their chances.
Well, here goes Karim, and the crosser will not fall and leave for any of our teammates in the box. It is Oderewu who has been brought down. Paulinus now with the ball. Paulinus tries to find Chisom, who has been making those marauding runs in the left hand of attack. Chisom gets past and strikes it, but then it will be cleared up by goal scorer Chiamaka Ezekugo. Well, that is a really good start. Now it looks like she must have been concussed after that shot from Chisom Nwachukwu.
Yeah, and that's what we need from Rivers Angels. Talking about Chisom, who has been brought in as a second half substitute. I mean, it's a wonderful one. The shots are from the very left side of the pitch. Meeting, and you could see Chiamaka Ezeku go down because she really felt that, trying to, defend that and bring that out. She really felt it. Rivers Angels should be able to take precision when it comes to shots like this. I think that might help them in the very long run. But for now, I think she's back up. Oh, I think that was Oluwabumi for Bayelsa Queens, who fell to the ground.
Well, she has been taken care of by the medics now. And yes, game will resume because that clearance of the ball will simply mean a corner kick in favor of the Jewel of Rivers. The Jewels of Rivers will gear up to take it through Ifoma Paulinus. She kicks the ball into the box, headed out. Still in favor of Rivers now. Ball back again into the box, headed out again by Bayelsa. And now the clearance will be achieved through Oderewu. Oderewu now to Paulinus. Paulinus finding Chisom. Chisom makes those runs in, but this time Chisom has been found offside, according to our assistant referee now. Oladeji is trying to call the attention of the center referee so she can go back in to resume the game.
I think Chisom is trying something very good for Rivers Angels from that her position there, and if she finds that little space, I think she'll be able to strike them into equalizing in this game.
Well, Rivers are searching for an equalizer, while Bayelsa are trying all they can to increase their goal tally here against a very familiar foe. But the miscommunication has been the reason why Rivers haven't exactly gotten a goal here. And I'm wondering, what do you think now Tosan Blankson should do to cope that, to put that in check, because his team needs a leveler here?
Well, I think it's a matter of pressure here because Bayelsa Queens, despite the fact that they're one goal up, they are not resting on their oars. So they're trying to put a lot of pressure on these girls.
Well, here goes Zainab now with Achisa Mwachiko. Mwachiko gets the ball. She still drives into the box, drives it in, delivers the cross in. But that will be a goal kick as the ball was raised set too high by Chisom. That was a really good run. But I think one too many pushes was the problem there.
Oh, absolutely. And I think in the very last opportunity that she got, it was like too many, I think the first was too much when she made that run down the left flank for Rivers Angels. But I think she might be able to make a difference if she is able to get the opportunity that, would really get her close to the back of the net.
Shukurat Bakari now has the ball. She has Olabi Alabati contend with, but she does that calmly. Now, Ifoma Paulinus has been brought down in the half of Bayelsa.
Looking at the combination up front, we're talking about the likes of Abasofon Uwa, Ramotalai Karim, and now the addition of Chisom Nwachukwu. These three should be able to get themselves something at the end of the day in this game. Tosan Blankson, I don't know what he told them during the halftime, but like we said, it all boils down to communication because they are being served the passes that they actually need, even if it's not all too good, but then they are being served it. So
55,
it's how they carry it.
55 minutes in. And Bayelsa still lead Rivers here in PORT-HARCOURT by a goal to nil. Ezel Kugo in the 29th minute, getting that very important goal for the Prosperity Girls. But here they go, Rivers. Ramotalahi Karim crosses the ball into the box. I think she was too eager to put the cross in. A little bit more run. And a dummy, selling a dummy to the defender would have given her teammates time to make the run into the box.
That's talking about Chisom now, who was already advancing forward to get it. Well, I think they will need to take their time in as much as there is no time in this game. But they definitely need to get one cross right. And the attackers need to be at the very right position at the right time to be able to find the back of the net.
if you were a national team coach, Nengi, would you be impressed with what you've seen so far today?
Well, from Rivers Angels, promising. Of course, promising. I mean, aside from the fact that you want to look at also the regular season, what some of those players have been able to do. Because sometimes in football, of course, you may not have a good day at the office. But then again, for
here
Rivers
we
Angels...
go, Abasio Pyongowa, but that is going to be a penalty for Rivers Angels. And the defaulter there is the goal scorer for Bayelsa Queens, Chiamaka Ezekugo, who handled the ball in a home box. That is what Rivers have been searching for. They have been asking, they have been searching. The door wasn't kicked down. They haven't exactly kicked it down yet. But this is a chance to get themselves back into the game.
A chance, just like it was for Abia Angels against them, to get back into the game.
Definitely a penalty with Abasio Fongua stepping up just behind the ball now. Will she score this to level up with Atumedosu scored again today?
Yeah, that's 13. Atumedosu now has 13.
She would not be one more.
Yeah.
One behind, of course, Sadoshimori again.
If she scores this, she gets 12 goals.
Yes. Well, only time will tell. Sylvia Echefu, the goalkeeper for Bayelsa. She's been so brilliant for them in the regular season. Had a couple of clean sheets as well to her name. But can she keep Bayelsa in the game? Can she keep Bayelsa in the game? Yes, we'll talk about the changes later on. But let's see this goal first. If it is at all going to be translated into a goal. Marcel Fongua. Omotoye Tosi blows her whistle. Abasi Opyong steps up, delays, and she kicks the ball, gets past Sylvia Echefo, and that will be the equalizer right here. The fans are going ballistic at the Kiamnesa Stadium. Abasi Opyong now gets herself her 12th goal of the season. Courtesy of a handball by Chiamaka Ezekugo. And the game just started.
Balance now, Dorcas. Well, Rivers Angels will need to do more if they know that they do not want to end like this. Abasia Fonua has made, several attempts, has not been able to get it, but this was her chance. She saw it calmly and composed. She took that penalty and she got it. 12 goals now in the NWFL 2025 and 2026 season. Well, Rivers Angels still has a lot of work to do because there has not been so much improvement in terms of getting the crosses, to connect and also get it to pass for themselves.
Well, that is a collision between Bayelsa captain in Blessing Leevida and Zaina Boduga, but Blessing came off the worst from that collision. We'll confirm the changes much later.
But of course, Wuraola Olayiwola was brought in as one of the changes for.
Yeah, we will confirm that.
For
we were about to do that. We were so focused on the penalty that we did not exactly see all of those changes coming in yet. But right now, in Port-HARCOURT, it is 1-1. Bayelsa did score first through Chiamaka Ezekugo's 29th minute header. And the goal scorer will commit a foul, a handball in the box that will give Rivers a chance back in the game. Penalty was awarded to them, and Abasi Opong would deliver that. But now Rivers have themselves a free kick.
A free kick for Rivers, and Paulinus once again standing behind the ball to get this duty done for Rivers.
Yes, she did cross the ball in. Chiamaka, rather, it is Nwachukwu's striking. Oh, it was a scramble in the box. And Sylvia Echefu. Sylvia did handle that ball properly. But what was that? Again, we're asking the same question.
Exactly. I have been saying the same thing, you know, from the first half down to the second half. And I know that Abasofanwa was able to slot that penalty in, found the back of the net. But then again, there's still more work that needs to be done for Rivers Angels in this game if they do not want it to end in a 1-1.
Well, the emotions are heightened here in Port Harcourt, and we do know that this very game brings that.
It's a fierce rivalry.
We'll focus on our game.
Absolutely.
We'll let the security personnel handle that. While we see what is going on the field of play. Here, Rivers will go again, but it will be Oladeji who will clear that. Chisom is in the box, but Sylvia Echefo will come out to collect the ball. Got that into safety for her team. Now it is getting edgy. Iken Okwalo was brought down, but then the throw-in would be given to Bayelsa here.
Well, a balanced game would always bring these emotions. Aside from the emotions, there is a cross launched in.
Dip into the box and he finds Doshima Tanum! Doshima Tanum increases Rivers, rather Bayelsa Queen's lead here in Port Harcourt. At exactly 63 minutes, Doshima Tanum, out of nothing, she has scored for Bayelsa as they would lead Rivers here 2-1 after Abasia Fangowa would level things up. But how did that come about? Because we didn't see that coming.
I mean, that's the kind of cross that Rivers Angels should be able to take example from when it comes to Bayelsa Queens. A well-laid cross into the box, which met Doshima Tanum standing there. And I think the defense line also didn't see that coming from Bayelsa Queens because Doshima Tanum was left unattended to, and she was able to get that ball at the back of the net. Rivers Angels needs to do more, like I have always said, Dorcas, if they want to win, if they're eager for the win in this game. Of course, Tosam Blankson not satisfied. Even after he found that equalizer, not satisfied. But then, it is a keenly contested game.
I did tell you earlier that when these two sides meet, tensions are heightened. The emotions are over the roof, like we have just seen a couple of minutes ago.
And now to add to it, the rain drizzles finally.
Finally, we have showers of blessings. Well, the game will continue now after Doshima, the goal scorer, was attended to by the medic. And we're seeing movements on the bench of Bayelsa right now. Doshima Tanum ensuring that she got that goal on the 63rd minute. But here they go. Sylvia Echefo will gather that ball to safety now. While we are waiting for the change to be effected for Bayelsa now. Bayelsa in the half of Rivers. This is, of course, Olabi Alaba. But Rivers will handle that. E4 Mike Okwalo sends the ball out, and that will be a throw-in. And bless Ogbonnaya. Now the change comes in. Tanum, goal scorer for Bayelsa. The second goal scorer for Bayelsa will be taken off for, of course, Priska and Wachuku. So we have two Wachukus here now. Well, it looks like that will be Vera Samuel, who comes in to replace that Doshima Tanum. Doshima Tanum is off now, and Vera Samuel replaces her.
A good goal from Doshima Tanum. Vera Samuel comes in after getting 1 goal during the regular season for BAYELSA Queens. She will be looking to do more in the Super 6. She has her first touch there.
Here we go. It is Sophia Bankole that puts a deep cross into the box, trying to find Ifeanyi Kindness. But the ball will go up for a goal kick. Oh, it is getting even disastrous for the host team now. After they thought they had a lifeline in with that penalty given and scored by Abasio Fongua. It was the Oshima tandem who had to increase BAYELSA's lead here again to shatter all hopes that they had.
Do not forget that they suffered a surprise 1-0 defeat to Abia Angels after their first 3-2 victory against FC River Queens. It looks like maybe they scored all their goals there in that win. And coming in here, they have struggled. But of course, this is what we expect of this kind of an encounter. It's a South-South derby. It is this tacky when it comes to this kind of encounter. And I did say that that equalizer from the penalty kick is not all. Rivers Angels, we need to do more work. And they have seen the reverse has been the case. BAYELSA Queens has done more work and gotten the second goal up.
Well, now Rivers have possession of the ball. BAYELSA will reclaim that. Ifeanyi Kindness making a run in there. Kindness Ifeanyi. See making the run in. Ifeanyi Kindness. But she will be dispossessed as the ball will go up for a corner kick in favor of BAYELSA Queens now. For Rivers Angels, the last one, a Super 6 game against BAYELSA. That was 5 seasons ago. That was a last time they won the Super 6 fixture against the same team, BAYELSA, and that was 2021. A long time ago.
A long time ago. And it looks like BAYELSA Queens, of course, is carrying on that legacy in this game because they are 2-1 up in the encounter. Another potential one from the corner kick.
Well, it is a corner kick poorly delivered in. I'm sure they would not be happy with that corner because that was really disappointing.
It was disappointing. Lowly taken, poorly taken, just like you have described it. And of course, it didn't give, any of the heightened chances for any of the yellow jerseys in the box to be able to make use of that, of course, but it just went wayward.
Well, the host Rivers are looking to better last year's Super 6 here in Port-HARCOUrt, but it's looking like that might not be the case.
And there is a jinx to this. I mean, none of the host cities have been able to get the Super 6. And with that very first win, we were hoping that Rivers Angels might be on par to be able to break that jinx, but not yet.
That was a tussle there. And you can see the cheeky laugh from Blessing Ilevidia.
Exactly.
She knew what she did there. That was proper defending from the skipper. Harrington made sure that Florence Alexander would drop to the bench. Maybe BAYELSA have missed her a whole lot while she was with the national team.
Oh, of course. I think I did say this in I think match day 2. They've missed her so much. Florence was able to step up, rise up to the occasion, but not as much as Blessing Levidia has done in this game, even if they both carry red hair. But then again, Blessing Levidia is someone who, in as much as she defends, she has a chance to also find the back of the net. For BAYELSA Queens, 3 goals in the regular season. Well, she has done a job clearly in this game from the first half down till this second half, where they've really locked things up from the first half, entering into the second half against Rivers Angels. Anna Leiden.
Well, it is 71 minutes on the clock now. 71 minutes for Rivers to try to see if they can get themselves back in the game and force a draw here. Can they actually achieve that? Can that be achieved here in Port-HARCOUrt for the host team?
It's a matter of urgency now because they wasted no time in that corner kick.
Well, the ball is in and around the area now. BAYELSA has it through substitute. Substitute earlier in Vera Samuel had it, but the referee has spotted an infringement, a handball committed by Rivers here, and it's a free kick for BAYELSA. It is Sylvia Echefu who has a struggle. She's struggling with something right now. Like I did say, she came into this game, or she has been out of it due to a knee injury. She was supposed to play for the under-17 with the under-17s in their qualifiers against Guinea. But she left camp due to an injury, a knee injury, and haven't played since then, only making her return to the starting 11 today.
Oh, well, I think it might just be a change of leg weight there, yeah. Well, she doesn't look like there's something, serious happening there. But she has to do that change.
Well, the referee is very patient with her, really. Well, referees are very patient with goalkeepers because they know that they are the only ones in their box.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe, well, the World Cup starting tomorrow, we're going to see the new rules take effect.
Oh, yes. The substitution, you have to come in as soon
10 seconds.
Exactly. I don't know how that works, but let's see how it will go. Let's see how it will go. A lot of changes, though, but of course, we'll get to see how they affect them in the various games.
Well, free kick taken now. Rivers will clear through Sandra John. The ball still in the area. Edwards would punch the ball out. Vera Samuel trying to find Ambles. But it will be a throw-in now for Rivers. Sandra John. Well, it was a coming together between Vera Samuel and her teammate, who is struggling on the ground now and will be attended to by the medics. Rivers have less than 17 minutes to get themselves back into this game.
17 minutes, it's a lot of time, especially in the game of football.
Kindness Ifeanyi, dispossessed. Ifeoma Ikenakwalo. BAYELSA snatches the ball. Vera Samuel. To, of course, Folarusho Aminat. Just back to Zainab Oduga. Ifeoma Paulinus. Back to Ifeoma Paulinus. Finding Chisom Wachuku. Dispossessed quickly by the defender in Oladeji. A throw-in now for Rivers as Captain Paulinus steps up to take it. Drops the ball in, stretched out to get the ball off Chisom Wachuku, who has been brought down. And the referee says a free kick in a very, very dangerous position. Can they convert this at this time?
Of course, that's the only question we have to ask now, talking about Rivers Angels, because you know that they haven't been exactly so good with their set pieces, even from match day 1 up till this point. And I wonder who is going to be behind the ball. Is it going to be Paulinus to take this one? Oh, well, she's the one there, and she knows
she has scored in this area before.
Exactly. So let's see if she might be able to do this. I mean, it's a very appetizing position, a juicy one, like we would say. So let's see, because this is closer, let's see if she can be able to do much more with this particular duty.
Well, Motoye is yet to blow her whistle for Ifeoma Paulinus to take the free kick in that juicy spot. Trying to control the tempers that are flaring out there through Chisom. Well, now Paulinus puts the ball deep into the box and oh, narrowly gets past all of the blue shirts in there. Even BAYELSA didn't see that coming. But that chance has gone begging.
That's gone begging, and I would repeat this again. I mean, when you're not able to take your chances, football can be very unforgiving. When chances like that beg at the end of the day, your opponents might be able to take the advantage. Look at this cross.
Well, here we go. It is a kindness. Ifeanyi. But that was a really good defending from Ifo Mike Nakwalo.
And a good cross also from BAYELSA Queens. I mean, this is what I would want to see from Rivers Angels going on in this game, but they haven't exactly gotten it right.
Well, Joy Michael almost conceded a chance for BAYELSA to have attacked them, and she was in a very dangerous position to have done so. But here we go. Chisom Nwachukwu. Chisom will send the ball to Zainab Oduga. Oduga now to Odewo Edwards. Edward to Sandra John, who is an under-20 player, but will be cleared out by Vera Samuel. It is Joy Michael now to Zainab. Zainab reclaims possession back to Ifeoma Paulinus. He was trying to guide the ball. Ball guided well. Oh my days. I didn't spot that run. I thought that was a really good call. Even if it was probably narrow, but the port official saw that. As we are seeing a change being effected this time, it is going to be Karim, Ramotolahi Karim out for Peace F. Young, while Zainab Odugan will be replaced by Taiwo Ajibade. Two game changes. They could come in and create changes for this team.
Exactly so, Dorcas. You want to talk about Rivers Angels being caught offside again severally in this game. Of course, Sosan Blankson has been able to address that, but we still see that here. He talks about the fact that the middle of the park, they need to hold things down there so that the attackers would not be caught offside. But it happens that that mistake is still being in, this game. But of course, we may not have been discussing this if only Rivers Angels have been able to take their chances coming in from the first half, because they had a lot. And then the second half also. Now they trailed by one goal. They're one goal behind. And they need much more work.
Much more work to be done by Rivers here. It's already 78 here. 79 minutes on the clock. Rivers will collect the ball through Chisom Nwachukwu. Chisom back to Paulinus. Paulinus received possession to BAYELSA, who are offside. And a free kick now for Rivers. The jewel of Rivers. They have been the jewel up in the last couple of years for the state. But in the last couple of years as well.
Just once again stands, to take this duty of set piece for Rivers Angels.
Paulinus.
Shouldn't that be a change? I mean, it's not been working for Paulinus.
Well, she is their expert. When you have an expatriate in something, I guess, maybe no other person can take it like her. But here she is to deliver the ball. She does. Drops the ball off. Disappointedly so. Kindness Ifeanyi has 4 players to go against. She can't do it alone, but she is still driving into the box. It's turned into a wrestling battle. She now drives the ball in, but Taiwo Ajibade will collect it. Taiwo will give the ball back to Vera Samuel. Vera Samuel. Peace F. Young now. It's now end-to-end stuff in here. Peace F. Young still with the ball. Looking for options in the box. Has 1, 2, 3 to deal with. She has Aminat Folarunshaw to deal with, but she still has it. She still has it. And that will be out for a throw-in in favor of BAYELSA. Well, I mean, nothing seemed to be working, just like it didn't work against the Abia Angels.
Yeah, still the same story for Rivers Angels today. Peace F. Young tried the best in this last few seconds. Peace F. Young, Taiwa Jibade, meant to make the difference in this game. And they have been trying to follow in that order. But nothing yet, as Bayelsa Queens are still 2 goals ahead of Rivers. And now I'm beginning to wonder if they hadn't gotten the penalty. I mean, would it have still been? It's looking like it would have still been Rivers trailing behind, not being able to even get a goal to their name.
Well, the penalty is part of the game, and it was through hard work that the penalty was achieved. Here we go, a throw-in now for Bayelsa. It will be Blessed Bunaya who is taking that. Sandra John wins it, and Efai heads the ball straight into the hands of Shukurat Bakari. It is 85 minutes with 5 more to play plus extra time. We'll get to see our first yellow card of the game to who exactly is that? I think that is Oluwabumi or Ladeji. In the 85th minute. A free kick again, and Paulinus delivers, but the ball was well dealt with by the Bayelsa defense.
Kindness Ifeanyi is just one strong player for you to take down.
A very difficult player to go against. Well, she crosses the ball. She finds Olabi Alaba. Alaba just couldn't run quickly to get the ball as it was cleared by Joey Michael. But Rivers now will have the ball in their favor as they get themselves a free kick. We are having players falling on the ground now. Bayelsa have themselves 2 players in, but referee says play on. It's not a prerogative to call that. You fell on your own. But you see, they are back up.
Because they are attacking now.
Well, the ball is delivered into the box, and it was straight in. Oh! But narrowly misses the nets through Olabi Alaba. That was a beautiful left-footed strike. But then it is just inches, centimeters away from the goalpost.
Exactly. And I would have, okay, they're back down. Because while they were attacking, they had to get up because, they had to protect their attack, building up, from the middle of the pack, from the right flank down inside the box, but they're back down. Just one remaining on the floor there. But let's see to it because Bayelsa Queens, they intend to defend the 2 goals that they have gotten up until the full time of this game. And you want to look at the precision in which Alaba Olabi, you took that shot. It just went, like you said, centimeters wide away from the post. Rivers Angels have not gotten anything close to that when it comes to precision, when it comes to directness. But then again, we would see changes for both sides.
Well, yes, it is the fact that Sharon Wari is out replacing Patience Otubo, while for Bayelsa, Chidi Amani is coming in, as well as, of course,
Jennifer Oliver
comes in for Bayelsa. Blessing Leavida is out, as well as Olabi. Is that Olabi? That is, of course, Sofiat. Bankole is out as well as Blessing Leavida. Chidi Amani, the captain of the under-17, replaces Sofiat Bankole.
Chidi Amani already has a goal in the Super 6 for BAYELSA Queens.
Well, it is Oliver who sends the ball deep into the box, trying to find Labi Alaba. But what did she do there? That was...
I don't know if the wind controlled that ball that way, but...
Well, from showers of blessings, we now have ourselves a sunny day again.
Of course. Well, with Chidi Harmony coming into this game, it looks like White Ogbonda needs more goals. He's not satisfied with the 2 that he has gotten so far.
Well, free kick now for BAYELSA. And Blessed Ogbonnaya about to deliver it into the middle of the pack. But Rivers will clear that. BAYELSA still own the ball. And Blessed Ogbonnaya. This time they find themselves with Vera Samuel, who crosses the ball in and straight into the arms of Shukurat Bakari. Rivers will restart things with an attack here. It is Pasio Pongowa who will be dispossessed now. BAYELSA taking care of their lines. BAYELSA has it now. Vera Samuel. Still Vera Samuel. It is Jennifer Oliver who would send the ball out down for a throw-in. And Sandra John will get back to duty. Trying to find Peace Efyong. A free kick because Peace had a hand to her face. And Ajibade will take it. Sandra John. Taiwo Ajibade. Ball out. 6 minutes. Added to the 90. Oh, that's a long time. Oh, Taiwo Ajibade flings the ball into the box, cleared out by BAYELSA. BAYELSA will try to attack now. With Kindness Ifeanyi heighten the ball. It will be controlled by Joy Michael. Sharon Onwari will clear, but BAYELSA will reclaim possession. It is Oliver. Oliver finds Olabi. Olabi has been adjudged to be offside, but that was a really good run. Only if she had timed it perfectly.
Exactly. Only she had timed it perfectly, rather, because during the first half we saw that BAYELSA Queens, of course, they were caught offside about 6 times for BAYELSA Queens, and right now, adding to the tally, they have already had about 2 to 3 offsides already in this second half. But you can see that BAYELSA Queens are hungry for more goals. They want to score more goals. A 2 is definitely not just enough. They want to score. They want to join the high-scoring sides like the Edo Queens in this encounter, of which I think they can be able to do. You know, add 1 more to their tally because of the way they have played recently with Kindness Ifeanyi and of course. Alaba Olabi also up front.
Well, we do know that this fixture hasn't produced such amount of goals. It's always either 1-0 or 2-1, very narrow victories. But you can never tell what we would see here. Kindness Ifeanyi has the ball, having to go past Joy Michael. She's been brought down, but referee says play on. I spot no infringement there, as Rivers have a player on the ground. Basiofionguwa gets the ball. Basiofong sends the ball in, but it will be cleared out this time. Ball in the half of BAYELSA. Well, we have 4 minutes still to play out of 6 minutes added, as the Rivers Angels player has been attended to currently by the medics, as well as Sylvia Echefu.
We haven't seen much of Rivers. I was thinking and hoping that, of course, the 6 minutes of added time would want to spur them up to see if they can find an equalizer, because they're not far gone. It's just 2-1. If they get to score another goal, it of course would be 2 goals added to their tally. That goes Chidi Harmony receiving instructions from Coach White Ogbonda, who is trying to look for more goals in this encounter. And like we've already stated, is the fact that encounters like this, it has not been able to get past the 2 goals mark. 1-1 draw, but we might be able to see something different, especially because of the way that Bayelsa Queens have been pressing. Just most recently, Alaba, now joined by Chidi Harmony up front and Kindness Ifeanyi, they can be able to do that magic.
Well, defensively, Bayelsa have been rock solid. Chisom Wachiku was the player on the ground and she's been brought out. I wonder what Tosan Blankson will do now. Bayelsa, Sharon Onwori gets the ball through to Edward. Edward now trying to spot the run being made in the box by Peace Young. The ball was blocked by Bayelsa now. Peace Young trying everything, but at this point in time, nothing seems to be working for the Jewel of Rivers. They have removed Grace Salir, Ramotalahi Karim, and brought in Chisom, who has gone in, but still nothing, as well as Peace Young. Sharon Onwori trying to find Taiwo Ajibade. Taiwo now. Taiwo sends the ball to Chisom Wachiku. Chisom has Ambles to get past. She gets past Ambles, goes back into the box, but it will be cleared out by Jennifer Oliver. Rock solid defense there. Chidi Harmony gets the ball. She's been hacked down by Edward for Rivers Angels. Well, we have a couple more minutes to play. Make that now 1 more minute and some seconds to play here in Port-HARCOUrt, as Rivers still trail Bayelsa by a goal to 2.
Well, in football, of course, even 2 minutes or a minute can be a game changer at the end of the day. But Rivers Angels haven't exactly showed that they really do want to equalize in this game. Chisom switching sides, coming into the right flank. And then you have Opasio from Ua also going there, and she's making the run currently.
That run she is making. Pauses a little bit. Finds Odeyewo Edwards. Edwards easily dispossessed. And this cross into the box, finding Olabiyi Alaba. She pauses, slows it down, gets past Amaka in Ifeoma Ikonakwalo, strikes into the box, and it will be punched out by Shukurat Bakari. Ooh, that is a good chance.
You see the run I've been talking about. We've not seen this from Rivers Angels for some minutes now, which means that they are not even willing to want to equalize. But let's see how it goes, because for Bayelsa Queens, they want more goals. Like I have said it earlier on, they want more goals, and they have been showing us that they can take and make good use of their chances. Final touch is also affecting them at this point, with Alaba Olabiyi going again for the second time, trying to get in that goal, but she has not been able to. But then again, it's a corner for them, or a free kick rather for them. It's a corner for them. Okay, let's see how that cleared off the ball. Of course, it's a corner for them. So let's see how it goes. Well, a potential one to add to their goal tally.
Well, the cross, oh my days, another disappointing one. I was about to describe that. But Bayelsa has Olabiyi Alaba, sends the ball in. Danger not averted, as Bayelsa has the ball. But that will be all the time we have in this very fixture. Bayelsa will be the most happiest side of the two. The champions are alive and kicking. Full time here in Port-HARCOUrt, and Bayelsa Queens have delivered when their season desperately needed a response. After collecting only 1 point from their opening 2 matches, they came into this game knowing that what importance this occasion calls for. And they have answered the challenge. While the defending champions remain, everyone remind them why they are still the team to beat. This is a statement victory, a massive 3 points for them, and suddenly the title race looks very, very, very different. It was Chiamaka Ezekugo who gave them the lead, and Rivers will equalize through, of course, Abasio Fyongowa. And to wrap things up was They'll shoot Matanum in the 63rd minute, and that will ensure that the game will end in Bayelsa favor as it ends here at the Adokia Mese marker. Rivers 1, Bayelsa 2.
Of the day, talking about the derby, the South derby between Rivers and Bayelsa Queens. It ended 2-1 in favor of the reigning champions, Bayelsa Queens, and of course this moves them to 4 points on the table. A very, very interesting match. Of course, the first game produced at least 8 goals, but we saw that we're having at least we only had 3 goals from this very encounter. Let's get the coach's reaction, and of course, let's hear from Coach Obonda White. Coach. Good afternoon, Coach.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Coach, victory today. You now have 4 points from, possible 9 points from 3 matches. What's changed? I mean, what did you say to your girls? We see that the way they performed today is quite different.
Yeah, like I told them that this match today against Rivers Angel is the finals of the Super 6. So they should give it their all, because whichever team loses today is out of contention. So if you are able to get this point today, the remaining 2 matches, we will be able to get the points. And we'll get that points. With 10 points, we can be able to get the Super 6 trophy back to Yenegua. All
right, Coach, the derby is over. You have 2 more matches to go in this championship. And how will you, approach that game? I mean, you have 4 points already. And right now, you're probably third on the, log with this point and, goal difference. What should the fans expect from you? What should we expect from your team and yourself?
Yeah, I think our next match we are going to ensure that we get our needed 3 points, and if possible, if we can get up to 5 to 6 goals in that match, so that we can be able to at least meet up Edo Queens in their goal margin. So, but our target is to ensure the remaining 2 matches will get the point, and let's see what happens, because I know a lot of upset is going to happen in this. Super 6, because nobody expected Abia Angel to win Bayelsa. I mean to win Rivers Angel. So we are expecting more of those upset in the Super 6.
All right, Coach. Thank you very much, and congratulations on your win.
Thank you very much.
All right, you've heard from the coach of Bayelsa Queens. Yes, he says he still expects to get some upsets. There probably will be some more upsets in the game. No one expected, Abia Angels to turn up the way they did. And as it stands, he says he hopes that they can get more goals going into the next match. They have 2 more matches to go. And as it stands, the current champions have a 4 point so far in the NWFL Super 6 Championship. All right, guys, we still have 1 more match to go today, and that will be the game between Nasarawa Amazons and FC Robo Queens. That game takes off by 3 p.m. So don't go nowhere. We'll come back shortly. Welcome.